Hi, and welcome back to Weed Works, where we introduce you to people who are doing amazing things in the cannabis industry. Today, I'm here with Kiana Hughes, and she is partner and co-founder of Two Dope Chicks. Welcome, Kiana.
Hi, Edie. Good to see you.
Good
Thanks
to
for
see
having
you
me.
again. So tell us about Two Dope Chicks. What does Two Dope Chicks do?
So, Two Dope Chicks is a training, consulting, and community education firm. We do a lot of training and consulting for cultivation centers and dispensaries, just in terms of like regulatory training, compliance training, as well as some of the softer skills. So, some of the sales skills, communication skills, and on the community education front. Mostly just community outreach, really just trying to build the patient base, teach people about the cannabis plant and what the benefits are for them and why it's something that they really should consider.
And you are an educator, right?
Yes.
So how long have you taken your education skills? How long have you been in the cannabis industry? How long has it been since you moved your education skills into the cannabis industry?
Sure. Well, between my partner, the other dope chick, is Phoenicia, and she also has education background as well. So between the two of us, we have over 25 years of experience in training and education and workshop facilitation. So it was really just a really easy transition, and it's a fit that kind of made sense for us to be able to do what we do professionally in other industries for the cannabis industry. We started off doing it as the chapter chairs for Women Grow Chicago.
That's how we met, right?
Which is how we met, yes. And as you know, that's just a big, our networking sessions, we really tried to focus a lot on educating women, and not just women, because, we had a lot of men there too, but people who wanted to be leaders or entrepreneurs in the cannabis industry. We really did the education thing there, and just making the transition to Two Dope Chicks was just an easy fit.
That sounds great. So are your friends and family supportive of you in this industry?
They are. I come from a fairly liberal family. I've shared publicly before, I have a family that has a history of drug and alcohol abuse. And drug and alcohol addiction. So from my family's perspective, we were, I guess you could say, the way our family had been affected by, heroin and crack and cocaine and some of the more hardcore drugs. Cannabis wasn't really a big issue in our family.
It's just weed.
Because you're not stealing cars for weed. You're not, you really don't end up in jail for the most part, at least in my family, for weed. It's always for something that's a lot more, we just saw the devastating effects from the harder drugs. So I would say, in terms of where my family stands and if they're supportive of me, the interesting thing is, we look at that, and they've always kind of looked at it as just kind of a safer alternative, right? It is nothing that, I think from my family's point of view, they're more surprised that we can actually do something and make money in cannabis, and it's not illegal.
It's actually a business.
And it's actually a business, and it's not illegal, and I'm not selling drugs. I'm not the weed man. I mean, the weed girl. I'm not on the corner. I'm not making dime bags.
Right.
I don't have a cultivation center or a dispensary. So for them, it's really just like oh, really? So you could do that? Oh, wow. Okay.
We actually hear that a lot. It's like, you do what? You can do that?
Yeah.
You can do that. I love telling people they can do that. That's fantastic.
Absolutely. And it's funny because they know that I'm in education, and they know that I develop training, and they know that I'm a designer. They don't totally know what all of that really means anyway. So I just say, it's the same thing I do for everything else. I just do it for weed. And they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I get that.
That's kind of how that goes.
Okay, great. So you recently spoke at a national conference in Denver.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Oh, so that was a
lot of people. And
yes, a great time. The Women Grow Leadership Summit, which I actually spoke for the first time last year, and then I was able to come back and speak again both times on the main stage, and it's really just a very inspirational and just encouraging and just a really great and educational time for people who want to be or who are currently in the cannabis industry.
So you don't have to be in the cannabis
No,
industry.
you absolutely don't. And that's really the nice thing, because there's something there for everyone. And people are just able to kind of come together in Denver and really just get this knowledge and rub elbows and be there with people who are already, people that are in different levels in the industry. So just being able to go and speak, and it's about between 1,500 to 2,000 women that attend. So it's just it was a great experience to be able to go out on the main stage and just do the thing that I do for all of them.
Yeah, and I heard it was really well received.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seemed like it. It was, I think one of the interesting things is that it is nice and refreshing for women of color to see other women of color that up on the stage. So a lot of the not to diminish myself at all, but really a lot of the encouragement and the kudos I got was from other women of color and people of color just saying, "Oh my God, it was just so great to see you there, and you did so well." And then it was, "Oh, you speak so well."
Oh, you're surprised by that, huh?
Yes,
we speak well.
So
a lot has been in the news or in the cannabis news lately about how many women who are breaking ground in this business, and a little bit has been in the news about minorities in the business, because obviously there aren't very many minorities, but you are both. So tell me a little bit about how that's been for you. Has it been harder? Easier? Are they saying, "Oh, look at Kiana"? What's that experience like?
Honestly, I feel like I have been being prepared for this for my whole life, and I'll tell you why. From the time I entered school up through even now, I've always been in situations where I've been one of very few, if not the only, Black person, certainly Black woman, in a group of non-Black people. And so I think just having had that be my experience, and this is from being in the little gifted program and kindergarten all the way up through, up through now, as I say, it is something that I've just become accustomed to. And I think I've spent my lifetime just kind of grooming myself and understanding how to be authentically me and non-threatening to the other people, right? So, so I'm really good at not scaring the white people, and it's nice because then I find myself being able to be in situations that not everybody is privileged or positioned to be in those situations. Now, I've been met with enthusiasm, right? Now, how genuine the enthusiasm is, who knows? But it's nice because it's there, and people want to kind of have you in their space, because they are looking for diversity, right? There is a little bit more recognition.
Are they really?
Well, there's starting to be a little bit more, and that's why I say whether or not there's genuine enthusiasm, the genuineness of the enthusiasm and what's motivating that enthusiasm, it's not for me to say, right? But you let me in the room, and I'm going to come in the room, and I'm going to be who I am, and you're going to ask me to come back in the room again.
So, first of all, you didn't tell me, before I wrap, you didn't tell me what DOPE stands for.
Oh,
because I know that is an acronym.
Yes, and I should be clear about that, because it's not just about dope, smoking dope.
That's why I wondered, right.
No, DOPE stands for Developing Opportunities for Personal Empowerment.
Yes.
And really, we look at cannabis as being something that really kind of sets you up for that personal empowerment. When we think about all of the drugs and the the opioids and all of the things that we end up doing to ourselves, or we take the doctor's word for it, right? So the doctor says, this is what's wrong with you, and this is what you need. Well, for me, it's empowering to be able to say, okay, well, I know of this natural alternative. And there's a plant that can help me with this, and I can do some research to educate myself and figure out what works for me.
Absolutely.
And there's no harm. I don't have to worry about there's gonna be so much that I'm gonna kill myself, right? There's no
Absolutely.
toxic level that I can't. So to me, that level of personal empowerment that says, hey, you can take something, you can take what you have and you can use it for something else, right? And you can take what you've looked at as just something to have fun with or whatever, and you can use that for your own personal empowerment, and you can learn more, right?
And you can take what you already know and what you've been doing in your life thus far and move to another industry and have that be okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That's amazing and empowering and personal
Absolutely.
empowerment.
Yes, thank
So
you.
what is next for Two Dope Chicks?
So the next thing on the list for Two Dope Chicks, the next thing we'll be doing is an internet radio show, tentatively called The Dope Show. And we're really going to be highlighting and doing interviews with people of color in the cannabis industry, and specifically not just the cannabis industry, but specifically here in Illinois, because the patient population is small and we are such a new market. It's really important for us to educate the community, get it out there, and for me personally, it's important for people of color to get it and to understand it. So we are really looking to, with the internet radio show, there will also be a podcast, and you'll be able to view it on Facebook Live as well.
Oh, nice.
So I want people to see caregivers and patients that look like them, that are registered, that are using it, that can really give them that first person insight. And then also talk about some of the other things that are related to the cannabis industry on the national level. So I'm really excited about that.
When can we find that?
That'll be coming in the spring.
Okay.
In the real spring, not this fake spring we're having in Chicago.
Fake spring's gone.
Not in the fake spring, but we're looking toward mid-March and April, the beginning of April.
All right.
So
good.
stay tuned for more information on that. And that's really building up the content for that.
Okay. And how can we find you on social media?
On social media, you can find us at Two Dope Chicks Presents The Session. That is on Facebook. You can find us at twodopechicks.com, and stay tuned for more information about the Dope Show. We will have a Facebook presence for that as well.
Ooh, so excited. Thank you so much for coming,
Oh, anytime,
Kiana.
Edie. Thank you.
Anytime? Okay, I'm going to keep you to that.
Anytime, yes.
You can find us at hueplatform.com. Thanks again for watching, and come back again soon.